From the land of woman rain and many waters, Guyana, this is the second semi-final in Cricket West Indies CG United Super 50 Cup. Zone B winner Guyana versus Zone A second place Jamaica. Good morning and welcome to the National Stadium at Providence. The news is not a good one. Out in the middle we have the covers and there is lots of water on the field and on the covers as well. The rain has just eased up a little, but it fell very heavily early this morning and continue as I speak with you just about 3 minutes ago, just letting up a little. So there is going to be a delayed start here. My bet is as I look out into the skies, there's still dark clouds, but I'm sure as the morning goes by, those will clear up and at some time we should have play. This ground's drain very, very quickly. The match between Guyana and Jamaica has not started as yet. With me once again, my colleague, John Ramsing. Good morning to you, John. Is the rain following Guyana?
Good morning, Inderjeet. Yes, I was about to make that point that this season, Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana fetching the rain with them. Because remember yesterday, Trinidad and Tobago as well with that semi-final had a long delay because of rain. CG United Super 50 match between Guyana and Trinidad, no play, similar the T20 Blaze. Yes, rain certainly following these two teams around, but there is some hope because in the east it's actually clearing up a little bit. And we know Providence, what it is already. Fantastic draining facility. So once there's no rain, we have our fingers crossed that we will have play maybe about 45 minutes after that, because that's the time the ground staff will take to get the covers off and to have the ground ready once there's no rain. But as we speak, it's just drizzling a little bit. We had a few like heavy storms, maybe you want to call it that. Just about 10 minutes to 9 o'clock this morning, so the toss obviously would have been delayed, and then 1 hour later it's just kind of like stopping a little bit, but still rain at Providence, so no play just yet.
Yes, and John, the ground shouldn't be of any concern once the rain stops, because this drainage facility here is excellent, and once the rain stops it will take just maybe about 20 minutes before the water completely disappears.
That is a trend, and we've seen that happening pretty much every day that we were here for T20 Blaze and now Super 50. And the weather for today, the forecast for today, is encouraging actually, much better than it was a few days ago. And in some parts of Georgetown, I understand it's been sunny all morning, so that's also encouraging. But we know that where we are at Providence, the rains come from the east, and sometimes the inland rain come as well. So we're having some land rain today, and that is the reason we're having this delay. But once that's gone, we will have play.
So that's the news from Guyana. Rains have delayed the start of play. Lots of water on the cover and the field. But we're keeping our fingers crossed. And they say, feed your faith with hope, and you'll put your doubt to death. From Guyana National Stadium, Inderjeet saying goodbye for now.
right across the Caribbean region, especially in Guyana and Jamaica, and to all parts of the world, live streaming second semi-final of the CG United Super 50 Cup Ladies Regional Cricket being played here at the National Stadium at Providence. The news is that rain would have delayed the start of play, and so we've lost quite a bit of time. And play now starting at 12 noon with 38 overs per side, and the first session to end at 2:25 p.m. And the length for the interval will be 20 minutes, and the second session will start at 2:45 p.m. Overs per bowler, 3 can bowl 8 and 2 7, and the power play 7 overs. The match scheduled to end at 5:05 p.m. So the news is we're about to start. Jamaica have won the toss. Stephanie Taylor and has asked Shemaine Campbell and the Guyana side to bat first. The umpires are out in the middle, and the 2 opening batters for Guyana, they're out as well. That's Mandy Mangru, and it looks like Mentor, if I'm correct. They're out in the middle. So certainly play will be on, and a game reduced to 38 overs per side. The umpires for this game, Shannon Crawford from Guyana, Lyndon Rajkumar from Trinidad and Tobago, and the standby umpires, Javed Passad. So for the Guyana side, Monisar and Passad and Campbell, that's Sharika Campbell, they're out. And in comes, of course, LaShawn Toussaint for Monisar from that last game. And for Jamaica, Shadeen Nation and Jodie Ann Brown out, of course, along with Selena White. And in comes Morgan and Jerona Walcott. The Guyana side for you, go that for you. Mangru Mentor, Shemaine Campbell, the captain, Grimman Gajnabi, Fraser Millington, Giddens Smart, LaShawn Toussaint, and Kaisia Schultz. For Jamaica, it's taken from Williams, McLean, Taylor, Henry, Sanford, Howell, Ferron, Waysome, Watts, Walcott, and Morgan. Alongside me is John Ramsing, always smiling, very exuberant and an exciting young man to have in the commentary booth with us. Good day to you, John. Brilliant sunshine. Things have changed after the rains that came just before play would have been scheduled to start. Good day to your 38 over side now. It looks pretty good out there in the middle.
Good morning, Matthew. Well, good day, in fact, and good day to all of our viewers. Good morning in Jamaica. We promised you, now our viewers, that we will have a full match. This morning it was not possible at all with all the rain that we had at the National Stadium at Providence, and that seemed to be the trend of recent. Rain very early in the morning and then sun in the afternoon. So we're ready to have the first ball. It's going to be bowled by Chanel Henry, and Toussaint is on strike. In fact, it's Mangru on strike, and first delivery is ill-directed from Henry, and it goes by down to the boundary behind the wicket-keeper. So wides to start things off, and you can see it's a badly lined delivery from Henry. Had some pace, but down the leg side. A good start, would say, for Guyana, a bad start for Jamaica.
Certainly a good start for Guyana, bad start for Jamaica. You don't want to give away too much wides. Yesterday, that first semi-final, 54 extras. Not what you want today. I don't think Jamaica would want that at all to happen. But first delivery, just trained on the leg side to Mangru. So Mangru and Toussaint opening, and not Mentor, as I would have said earlier. Pushed into the leg side, looking for a quick single. Mandy Mangru always takes off. And then she had to scamper back in. Probably just testing Ferron down at the short mid-wicket area.
This is a very big match for both of these sides. Semi-final match. The winning team will go on to play Barbados in the final on Saturday. So lots at stake in this one. Outside the off stump and very wide. Signaled so by umpire Shannon Crawford. Standing today with Shannon Crawford from Guyana. Standing with Lyndon Rajkumar, the Trinidad and Tobago umpire. 3 changes, Jamaica. Shireen Nation, Celine White, and Jodie Ann Brown, who played in the last preliminary game for Jamaica, missing out today. In come Jerona Walcott, Corinne Howell, and Jodie Ann Morgan. We haven't seen much of Jodie Ann Morgan this season. Walcott and Howell were in and out of the Jamaica side. And Orva Giddings is back for Guyana. And the young off-spinner Mulisa are missing out today.
Well, Giddings did play in the previous game. Monisar out and Toussaint
Caught behind. Yes, loud appeal. And there was, we can see on our replay, Mangru getting a ball that was outside the off stump. Short one. And she just hung her bat out to dry. Edge found. And wicketkeeper Sanford doing the rest. So early wicket for Jamaica. And it's the fall of Mandy Mangru, caught behind without scoring. And Guyana losing their first wicket in the first over, 6 for 1.
It was a brilliant delivery, one that pitched and just left the seam slightly, and Mandy Mangru just pushed the bat. She hung the bat just outside of her body and got the edge, and no hesitation at all from Shannon Crawford. That's brilliant bowling by this young lady, Chanel Henry, the 26-year-old, who've got some experience on their belt. One of the key players for Jamaica, 31 ODIs. She's got 19 wickets playing for the West Indies women and 32 T20s with 8 wickets. So she's growing in stature and confidence. She's still a young woman, 26-year-old, very fit. And one of the key players in this Jamaican lineup, of course. She's had a very good season in the T20 Blast and now in the Super 50 tournament has shown her class all through this tournament.
The new batter for Guyana is their captain and most experienced player, Shemaine Campbell. She will need all of her experience today to get Guyana to a total of respectability, a total that they think they can defend here at Providence. We've seen 137 being chased down in semi-final number 1, which was yesterday. Trinidad and Tobago losing to Barbados.
Clinical victory for Barbados.
Well-paced
beating them by
innings.
9 wickets.
Yeah, that was a well-paced run chase from Barbados. Never panicked at any point in time, despite a slow start, to realize that the bowlers will get tired, they will get bad balls. And then Kaishana Knight came and really played a wonderful innings, showed good support, gave good support to Haley Matthews. And they're in the final, awaiting the winner of this contest. Barbados are defending champions, of course. Oh, lovely shot from Campbell to get off the mark. First run off the bat as well. That's the straight drive. You can wait an entire year sometimes in cricket before you can see that type of shot. And there's Campbell getting a full delivery, like we can see on the replay, and driving through the line. And that really will do her and Guyana a world of good.
Yeah, you've got to put that away, and she did so. Shemaine Campbell, the most experienced cricketer in the Guyana side, captain the side, along with Tremaine Smart. Campbell would have played 199 ODIs, so West Indies women 350s and 100, and also would have picked up 21 wickets and 170 20s with 34 wickets. So she's a good medium fast bowler as well, but she hasn't bowled a lot in recent times. But certainly with the bat, she's excellent and one of the top 2 experienced players in the Guyana lineup. When you look at Tremaine Smart with 57 ODIs under her belt, but she's now a 36-year-old. So 2 36-year-olds for Guyana playing in this side. But certainly that's what you want from Campbell, the captain, leading by example as the first over comes to an end. The first over gone here with Jamaica winning the toss and asking Guyana to bat in the second semi-final of the CG United Super 50 Cup. Guyana 11 for 1.
Some 5 wide to start, and then 2 more from Henry, but got the important wicket as well of Mandy Mangru. So giving away 11 runs, but picking up the wicket of an opener. So Jamaica will feel that they're in the driver's seat after 1 over. But Vanessa Watts now is going to come a call in. She has been among the wickets. She has been very good with the new ball for Jamaica. So once again, we see Jamaica going to the experienced Watts, looking for a good start. On the other hand, Toussaint has been short of runs. She's been batting a long time. but short of runs. She will need to have a good innings for Guyana.
And I think that the thinking process of the Guyana camp is important here to play the extra batter in Toussaint. They would have left out Monisar. So that's interesting because you're playing the top team, one of the top teams in regional women's cricket. That's a wide, and you want to strengthen your batting. You know that your batting has not been that strong throughout the tournament. And you couldn't even chase 86 made by Barbados in the T20 blast. You were dismissed for what, 79? I make it. So the batting has been brittle, not good enough. Campbell has led out. Gajnami has got a little bit of runs. Even Tremaine Smart got some runs down the order. But you need your top order batters to get runs for you. And that's why Toussaint has been included in this side. You've got Gajnami to come, and there's still Katana mentors. So it's all about Guyana batting well.
And there we see another wicket going down. Lashana Toussaint, edging. Healthy edge found. And this ball just outside the off stump, and she actually was committed to the drive. And Stephanie Taylor at first slip took it quite easily in the end. It flew off very quickly, I must say. And Taylor in the perfect position. And there is Lashana Toussaint walking back, head down, not pleased with her day's work at all. So both openers are back in the hut right now. And Jamaica picking up two very quick wickets in control.
So the plan hasn't worked. Both openers gone without scoring. Toussaint included in the side to improve or increase the batting ability. Or develop the batting ability of Guyana, but it hasn't worked out as we see Grimman coming out now. And you look at someone like Shanetta Grimman, 23-year-old, she's played 7 ODIs, she's got, 73 runs under her belt, so she can bat, picked up 5 wickets as well, and 51 runs in 90 20s with 2 wickets. So she's not that bad at all, a good all-rounder from Berbice, and they've used her to bat up the order, and coming now at number 4, again, no Katana mentor, who should have probably opened the batting with Mangru, but they sent Toussaint up the order, so Guyana's got to be careful with their batting order, how they want to have these girls come in the various positions, but 12 for 2 now represents a bad start by Guyana.
This is a good start, on the other hand, for Jamaica. So this is experience now at the crease. And you can see positive intent already from Grimman. She's not going to stick around, meaning she would not have a good ball in this block. She will have a go. Wonderful bowling again from Vanessa Watts. Getting this new ball to skid through. Of course, you won't get much turn. Taylor, we see there in first slip, just waiting.
Previous delivery went through with the arm, beaten all ends up. Grimman looking to play a defensive stroke through the offside. Vanessa was a 34-year-old veteran right-hand off spinner. 1 ODI for West Indies women. She's picked up 1 wicket. So, and that was way back. She played 4 T20s, picked up 2 wickets way back in 2014 with that tour of New Zealand. The over comes to an end. 2 gone, it's 12 for 2.
So just the wide in the over, bowled by Vanessa Watts, and the wicket of Lashana Toussaint. So both openers back in the hut, Mandy Mangru and Toussaint, not troubling the scorers. So that's exposed the Guyana middle order already. This is good use of the new ball by Jamaica. And Henry will continue. Once again, straight drive from Campbell, this time just a single. As Waysam at mid-on does the fielding. But Guyana got to be very careful here past the Kissoon because 38 overs available. Do not want a situation where you're bowled out well before 38 overs. You need to bat as long as possible. Give yourself enough time to set a target.
And it's all about partnerships. You know, when you lose quick wickets, you need partnerships down the order. And Grimman can bat. Shemaine Campbell, we know of her ability. 350s, as I said, and 199 ODIs for West Indies women. Lot of experience, and Shemaine Smart, who doesn't play for the West Indies women now, that's clipped down towards fine leg. Outside the leg stump. And she gets off the mark. Grimman, 1 from 6. Campbell comes back into strike 5 from 4. So just Shemaine Smart with 57 ODIs. Next best in terms of experience. Then you've got Grimman with 7 ODIs for the West Indies women. Giddens played 2 ODIs as well. Bowling! Off stump, knocked out of the ground, and that's the end of the most experienced batter for Guyana, Shemaine Campbell. That's the big fish to have captured for Guyana. 3 down now, and look at the replay. Brilliant. That ball was pitched just outside the off stump and came back. Beautiful off cutter that nipped the off stump out of the ground, and in spectacular fashion that stump went flying backwards. Campbell walks back disappointed, lifts her head to the heavens, saying to herself, what could I have done with such a beautiful delivery?
And not much she could have done. She tried to get the defensive bat in the way, but by the time that, she was beaten all ends up. Beautiful delivery from Chanel Henry, and that's her second wicket. And you did say the big fish has been caught. Campbell dejectedly walks back. That's the one that Jamaica really were looking for. They got it very early. Campbell is not able to settle. She played that beautiful straight drive, got the boundary very early in her innings, but now she's gone. Jamaica all over Guyana at the moment, 3 down, just 14 on the board. This is only over number 3.
And you've got to give Jamaica credit. They're a thinking side as Gajnabi comes out. You've won the toss, of course, but Guyana into bat. A little bit of moisture in the wicket. We saw what Ali Allen did yesterday for Barbados after all that rain. And now we see the Jamaicans applying the pressure and reading the game well. Look at the wickets to fall. And Mangro no scored. Toussaint to Duck and Campbell for 5, 14 for 3. In the third over, Guyana under tremendous pressure here, and the vice captain of the Guyana side about to take her first ball and cuts it away. That's a nice shot down towards white third man, where Howell feels moving to her right. She gets off the mark a bit too wide. The width given, the room given for Gajnabi to play that cut shot. Very talented cricketer, Gajnabi, the 21-year-old. 10 ODIs. 65 runs under her belt, 70 20s. And she started her career for the West Indies women in 2019. The over comes to an end, 3 gone. Guyana under a lot of pressure after losing the toss, 15 for 3.
Three runs and the wicket of Campbell. Consecutive overs by Henry with a new ball and picking up wickets. So 2 West Indian players would have been snapped up by Henry, Mangro first of all, without scoring, and then Shemaine Campbell, the captain. Campbell has been in good form, so Jamaica will be very happy to see the back of Campbell, at least so early. Gajnabi short of runs and time at the crease. We want to use this opportunity to really get Guyana out of this hole and in all sorts of trouble at the moment. This is good bowling, good use of the new balls from both ends. As Watts continues.
She strikes the ball hard. She's a good timer of the ball. Gajnabi, a very talented cricketer. All eyes are on her. I mean, she's played 10 ODIs so far at the highest level for West Indies women.
There's no point in hitting the ball very hard and not finding the gaps. So she'll have to work on that aspect of her game, Gajnabi.
But a good all-round cricketer. It's time for her to stay out there for a long time and bat. She performed well in the inter-county tournament here in Guyana, amongst the ladies from the other counties, Essequibo, Demerara.
This is where you have to make all of that experience count. Nice flight to delivery from Watts. Watts bowling very well, but the single will be conceded. Through extra cover, it looks like Ferron, who did not field cleanly. So Jamaica in control, but cannot allow the singles to be leaked because they can hand back the ascendancy to Guyana. Guyana is looking for any opening they can get to get back in this game. Slight misfield again. This time, another single.
Yeah, that's by Walcott. Down at cover, giving another run away. I think Jamaica would want to be very mindful of giving away runs in terms of the fielding department. You've got Guyana under pressure here, 17 for 3 in the fourth over. It's a long way to go, 38 overs. Both batters on 2. This is not going to be easy for them, but Vanessa Watts is very experienced. Bowling round the wicket this time, cutting between the umpire and the stumps. Round the wicket to Gajnabi. But yes, Gajnabi, a good all-round cricketer, growing and developing, gaining in confidence, even playing at the highest level. Looks to play a little cut shot, a bit too wide, slanting across the right-hander, taken by Tamika Sanford, as 4 overs have been completed here at the National Stadium in brilliant sunshine in this, the second semi-final of the CG United Super 50 Cup. Regional ladies cricket here at Providence in Guyana. Guyana up against it after losing the toss, 17 for 3.
Operation Rebuild right now for Guyana. Mangrove, Toussaint, Campbell all back in the hut already. And now the 5th over is going to be bowled. Henry wickets in her first and second overs to date. And if that's a trend, Grimmond can be in some trouble here. But Grimmond with experience will want to bat deep. We know that she can also hit the ball a far way, so she just needs to be patient. Start a partnership with Gajnabi. Winding up, but that was extra bounce and too close to play that back drive. But she's going to be very positive, Grimmond. This is good bowling. Nice use of the new ball. Good bounce. Getting some movement and bounce from the northern end, Henry.
Yes, I'm a big fan of Chanel Henry. I really like the way she bowls.
Spoon in the air, easy catch. Extra bounce again. And there we see Toussaint looking to be Grimmond looking to be very positive. And just spoon the catch to short mid-wicket. It was in the air because of the extra bounce. And you can see on the replay there, easy as 1, 2, 3. And Ferron completing the catch. There is Grimmond making that long walk back to the pavilion. And now Jamaica in total control now, picking up 4 wickets in just the 5th over, 17 for 4. And like I did say, Henry, with that trend of 1 wicket in her over, 1 wicket per over, now in her 3rd over, has her 3rd wicket. Extremely good bowling with a new ball.
You called it right, John Ramsing. You are a prophet of cricket. You called it right. You said if she's going like that, she picked up a wicket in her 1st and then 2nd. Well, why not in her 3rd over? But you know, that's the thing about Henry. She gets that little bounce. She moves the ball away from the right-handers and into the right-handers as well. But she's got a beautiful off-cutter. But this one was pitched on about the middle stump and made a little bit of height onto Grimmond, who hustled into the shot. She played the shot too early, popped the ball in the air, and a nice running catch from Ferron at mid-wicket. Cleaned her up. As Mentor comes out now to do battle. I thought Mentor probably should have opened the batting for Guyana, not Toussaint. We know that Mandy Mangrove opens the batting as well. But maybe a Mentor-Toussaint combination rather than a Mandy Mangrove opening at the top. But Guyana's got different things that they can play with in terms of the batting order. Good delivery outside the off stump. but it hasn't worked for them. 17 for 4 in the fifth over. A disastrous start for the home side, who didn't have to play against Trinidad at all in the tournament because of rain. That came twice when they had to play them in the T20 Blast and then the 50 over tournament. Very interesting situation with this tournament. Beaten outside the off stump, pushing the bat outside the line. Good bowling, Chanel Henry down that canal of uncertainty. 5 overs gone, Guyana 17 for 4, and in all sorts of trouble here at the National Stadium at Providence. But the two top teams certainly have stood out. Barbados, they're in the finals, and that will be played on Saturday against the winner of this match. And of course, tomorrow, playing for 5th and 6th position will be the Windwards and the Leewards. But I thought the Windwards played good cricket, but it's their batting that really let them down in this tournament, but they played very good cricket indeed. So Watts will continue, about to start her third over. But these will be the two key wickets now for Guyana to put up some resistance. There's Fraser to come with good experience as well, a good, gifted, talented left-hand batter. There's Millington and Smart who can bat. But the key here would be Gajnabi, and Mentor just needs to give good support. Both from Berbice.
And Gajnabi will have to curb her natural aggressive style, ease and that instinct of attack. She wants to play with more circumspect, build an innings. Lots of time in this game, we're saying, despite being reduced to 38 overs, still a lot of time. We saw yesterday after the rains, Alain with the new ball doing the trick for Barbados. Really pushing back Trinidad and Tobago very early. And now we see again Chanel Henry with the new ball after rain doing the damage for Jamaica. Having Guyana on the ropes, 18 for 4 in over number 6.
Both herself and Vanessa Watts have given Jamaica the starts that they needed in the bowling department. They both picked up wickets. Chanel Henry in particular, a very, very good, serious bowler, not only for Jamaica but for West Indies women.
And she has good variety now. I saw her in 2019 when the tournament was last played here. Between then and now, she's improved by miles. And I'm sure working with head coach Courtney Walsh would have done a whole lot for her career as a fast bowler, Chanel Henry. She's
beaten all ends up outside the off-stump. Mentor feeling for that. The over comes to an end, 6 gone in a 38 over affair. 18 for the loss of 4, rain reducing play to 38 overs this morning. Gajnabi is on 3 and Mentor yet to score.
Henry will continue. Why not? 3 for 14 after 3 overs. I don't think you can get a ball out of her hands at this point in time. She's getting this ball to move laterally. She has the ability to ensure the ball goes through straight as well. That's the away movement this time to Gajnabi. Almost carrying the hand at backward point where Captain Stephanie Taylor is positioned. So Henry has also, I'm telling you this match, she's also increased in her pace from since 2019 to now. I've seen her, but only on television.
An outstanding cricketer with ball in hand in particular, and very good with bat in hand as well. Very good all-rounder.
Yeah, she gets this ball to move both ways. Has the one that will go through the arm as well. And the bounce we're seeing in this little innings so far, making a big difference.
And what's interesting about her, she's more touted as a batting all-rounder. A batting all-rounder. Look at her bowling skills.
Guyana be in two minds there, looking to cut or to leave alone. And the ball went by into the gloves of the keeper. Just dying on its way to Sanford with the gloves. Yeah, with Henry, I would not say she's a better batter nor a better bowler. I think she is 50-50.
I was just going to ask all Jamaicans back home following if they believe that.
Loud appeal. Might have been some bad there. Umpire Kisun?
Had to be a little inside edge onto that, because even though the ball came back from the off stump, I think it would have gone on to hit the leg stump, more or less.
Might have been some bounce as well, because we did say Henry getting some bounce from the media center in the northern end of this Providence Stadium.
So she's a genuine all-rounder.
And then her fielding, you cannot discount that at all. Appeal again. This time the finger goes up. Chanel Henry is on fire here for Jamaica. As we can see now, this delivery was pitched up just a bit further. So if the one before was short and bouncing over the wicket, this time it was much fuller. And you can see guys will be walking across her stump, trap plumb in front. Umpire Shannon Crawford says, "You're out, young lady." And that's the fall of the fifth Guyana wicket. Henry picking up 4 of those wickets, 1 per over. And Guyana in more trouble, 18 for 5 in the 7th over.
4 wickets under her belt for 14 and 1 delivery left to complete her 4th over. Now look who she's picked up. The big fishes for Guyana. Mangru, who was a West Indian player. Campbell, the captain. Grimmon, the West Indian player. And Gajnami as well. All 4 West Indian ladies cricketers who plays for Guyana, she has picked up. What a fine spell from this young woman bowling from the media center end, the northern end of Providence, has given Jamaica every opportunity to win this game easily. If there's not much resistance from the batters to come, as we see Smart coming out now, 57 ODI, but she doesn't play for the West Indies senior women now, but she's still got experience. She's what, a level 3 coach? So she's deeply involved in the game of cricket. You have to admire the 36-year-old, very fit from Berbice, and a young lady that loves her cricket. She can put up some resistance, but would she be able to under such quality bowling from Henry?
Good delivery to end the over. And Henry, like you mentioned, picking up the West Indian players, the players with West Indies experience. Smart has West Indies experience. And that trend continues. 1 wicket per over for Henry. So she has bowled 4 overs, has 4 in the bag. And that one was a wicket maiden. So 7 gone. Power play done and dusted now. 18 for the loss of 5. And before Indrajit comes a call in, Matthew, what a power play for Jamaica.
Magical power play for Jamaica, I would call that. The run rate 2.57. You've picked up the top 5 batters in the Guyana side, and now you're down to the Smart and Mentor, and you've got Giddens and so on to come. You've done an excellent job. You couldn't ask for better.
So Watts will continue. Mentor, who usually is a top order batter, will have to dig deep. Smart, all the experience in the world. We're calling for a partnership. We do not want a one-sided affair. So far, it's all Jamaica. Too close to cut. Extra bounce as well from Watts.
Quicker delivery. And Mentor loves to play that cut shot. She's good through the offside in particular.
That's a straighter ball from Watts. So Watts very experienced, utilizing this new ball very well from the southern end of the ground.
Look, I think all the Jamaican bowlers have chipped in nicely in this series, and really, in particular, the bottom bowlers have backed up the top bowlers well. And you've still got Waysome, who's quick as well. She'll get a bowl later on, depending on what happens with the batting department of Guyana if more wickets don't tumble. And she just feel it. No, she didn't feel that ball. That's to backward point. But they've backed the top bowlers up well. Stephanie Taylor would come in and pick up wickets as well. The over comes to an end. 8 gone. 18 for 5 Guyana. They've been rocked back by quality bowling from a West Indian quality fast bowling ladies cricket, Chanel Henry. And that's a maiden over for Watts, 1 for 4 from 4. So we've seen 2 consecutive maidens. The previous being a wicket maiden in removing the prize scalp of Gajnabi for 3. 18 for 5. And Henry will continue. She's not going to stop bowling now at all. It's early days, just 8 overs gone.
Because of the reduced match, 3 bowlers are allowed to bowl a maximum of 8 overs. Good start to her 5th over, Henry. So maybe Henry will be one of those bowlers to bowl 8. I think because of this start she has, she should bowl 8 on trot once she's capable enough. So I said a long time ago, Operation Rebuild for Team Guyana. And that process is going to be an ongoing one because they've lost 5 wickets already. Top 5 batting in the bag already for Jamaica. Mangru, no score. Toussaint, no score. Campbell, 5. Grimmond, 2. And Gajnabi, 3. All back in the pavilion. Thanks mainly to Chanel Henry. 4 for 14, now in her 5th over. So the good pastor has been replaced by the school teacher. The pastor picking up 5 wickets. Let's see what a school teacher can do. Hello, Indrajit.
Hello, John. Well, I guess I will bring some respectability to the score.
But this has been an excellent bowling display so far with both new balls. Chanel Henry leading the way from the northern end. Good support by Vanessa Watts from the southern end.
Yes, John, I do agree with you. Good bowling. I look at the dismissal of Charmaine Campbell. That delivery would have bowled so many other batters. The perfect in-swinger.
That's the in-swinger again. This time, Smart gets bat onto it. Not in total control. Doesn't look comfortable, but she survives.
Yes, and what she was doing the right thing was stretching long forward there. Other than that, I felt, I'm not taking anything away from the bowling. We have seen some very, very soft dismissal. Mandy Mangru just flirting with one. Lashan Toussaint steering a practice catch to the first slip. These are areas that they need to look at. They just don't have to rebuild here. They have to start from ground zero.
3 consecutive maidens now. And Guyana, Operation Rebuild, ground zero, maybe starting from 18 for 5. So Henry getting the ball to move laterally, getting some bounce as well, and her pace is up there, bowling very well with the new ball. And I don't think Stephanie Taylor can get the ball out of her hands at the moment. She's calling the shots, Henry.
So Watts continues from the southern end of the ground. Nice start for her, and she continues to bowl well so far. Watts 1 for 4. She's in her 5th over, so they just cannot get Watts away. Flowing drive, but didn't get the timing she was looking for their mentor. Shanita Grimmond, I thought she got the delivery that stood up on her a little. Wasn't really a bad shot by Grimmond, more so a brilliant delivery from Chanel Henry. Gajnabi, I was surprised. She was batting well. She knew what Chanel Henry was trying to do. She was trapped deep in the crease by a full delivery. So it has been a mixture, some bad batting, some good bowling that see Guyana At the moment, 18 for the loss of 5. Wrapped on the pad, and this is going to be very close. Gone, leg before, straight in front of the stump, Mentor. And Guyana's lost another wicket. Just look at this on the replay. But certainly she walked across that stump, and I think the replay will confirm that. Straight in front, the ball would have smacked into the middle and the leg stump. So further damage here by Jamaica. Guyana, can you believe, sent into bat. They are rocked back on 18 for the loss of 6 wickets, and we are in over number 10.
More trouble, more disaster for Guyana. And no one to be blamed except themselves, because that was Katana Mentor jumping back in her crease, walking across and back. And that was a very full delivery again from Vanessa Watts. And that's her 2nd wicket. So good support to Chanel Henry, who has 4. So the opening bowlers doing the damage for Jamaica. But the Guyana batters not helping themselves at all. Mentor, soft dismissal. So 3 consecutive maidens, more pressure, and now in over number 10, Watts yet to concede a run and has picked up a very important wicket again. So Mentor, who is a top order batter, we felt she could have gone on and developed an innings. That's not the case. She has exposed the lower middle order and maybe the lower order as well, because we see Cherry Ann Fraser taking guard now. She has international experience, but coming in with a team 18 for 6 in just the 10th over, that's a lot of trouble. So sometimes with this type of situation you're in, you do not necessarily know if you should play your natural game or just try to rebuild, because rebuilding, and they're being bogged down, so not getting any runs at all. And this is a tough position to be in.
Yes, certainly it is a bad situation to be in, and it looks as though we're going to have a very short day today. Might be heading back to the black waters of Maikoni River, where there is great tranquility. Right now, Guyana women, they're not having any peace out in the middle because they're being troubled by Jamaica. And a wide signal by the umpire, and that has been very, very few. How many extras we have gotten so far? 9 extras. Well, it started off, I think, was 7 wides in the first over. 1 went away for a boundary. But after that, look how Henry has bowled. She's bowled tremendously well, and great support by Watts.
So the extras, top scoring so far, 9. Loud appeal again for leg before. Umpire gives her. It was plumb. You could have seen it from this vantage point. And umpire Lyndon Rajkumar, who is in a perfect position, agrees. And Watts has her 2nd wicket in the over. And now, Guyana, at the end of 10 overs, 19 for 7. And Indrajit, maybe you can have that early day you're speaking about.
Yes, it looks here. It's very difficult to see how Guyana rebound from here. The cream of the crop has gone. There's lots of nervousness there. You look at Cherry Ann Fraser pushing at the delivery, not long stretch forward. She was trapped again in the crease, and that ball definitely would have gone on to hit the stump. So good call by the umpire as well. And the girls from reggae country, John, they're doing their reggae dance out in the middle, and the Guyanese girls just flat-footed, they can't respond. Well, John has left me, no doubt, for a cup of coffee. And I've been joined by Clyde Butts, former West Indian off-spinner. Hello to you, Clyde. Will you believe 19 for 7? That's what we're seeing. That's what's happening.
Good afternoon to you, Indrajit. Certainly, it's been a rough morning for the Guyana players. And I think with John and Matthew and yourself on, taking a lot of wickets, I've come to try and change things a little. I think Guyana is going to have a partnership now. And they need it. They desperately need a partnership. She's going back and she's gone. Going back to a delivery that was pitched up outside the off stump and coming back in. A delivery she should have been on the front foot too. Going back and gone. So I've brought a wicket first ball. So I've got to change my mind again.
Well, you have started the downfall of the lower order batting here. That was beautifully bowled, and you're right, Clyde. I think you called it well. Should have been on the front foot, went on the back foot. And Vanessa Watts here, she is on a hat trick.
Yes, she is.
4 for 5, and certainly 10 overs gone, 19 for the loss of 8. I know we had a lot of rain this morning. Rain delayed play. We started at 12 o'clock. The match has been reduced to 38 overs aside. It has not been a good performance by the Guyanese. They have struggled out in the middle.
And over the tournament, both the 2020 and the 50 overs, we've been talking so much about Watts, how she has bowled very tight. Probably didn't get the wickets she deserved, but she's been tight. She's been consistently plugging away on or about the off stump to both left and right handers. And she's come today and she's got a reward. And Henry has always looked the part. She's always running with purpose and bowled in good areas. And today I think she's got a little bit more swing, especially into the right-handers, than she's had before. And I think that has caused a lot of pressure. But then again, do we think that Guyana, with the sort of bowling that we have seen, should be 19 for 8?
There's a big shout for leg before here. Gone, leg before, plumb in front. We do not need the review to look at it. However, we are going to watch at it. But there was nowhere she was going to escape that one. Straight in line.
Smart.
Tremaine Smart. And that's a good wicket to get for Jamaica. Look at that. Boom in front, gone, leg before, playing across the line.
Again, exactly. She was supposed to be playing straight up the line to that. She was playing across the line. And was LBW, I was asking before, you think we should be 19 for 8 with the sort of bowling that we've seen. I have to change that to 19 for 9, straight off. And again, I think that shot tells a story as well. When you're batting and bowling has been straight, you tend to hit straight or play straight. I would have rather seen her being positive, as we know she can be, and look to hit that probably over mid-on, long off, rather than playing across the line.
Yes, and Clyde, when you came in, you took a little spur on myself, John Ramsing and Matthew Kissoon. You came in when the score was 17 for 7. Now it's 19 for 9. Congratulations, my friend.
So I've gotten 2. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
So the new bat out in the middle there is Fluffiana Millington. Giddens is the one, actually.
That's over Giddings, isn't it?
Yes. Can Guyana be able to put together a little partnership for this last pair? That is left to be seen. 19 for 9. I'm just wondering to know.
Well, the way our wickets have tumbled doesn't tell that you think that we're going to have a partnership, but one never knows in this game.
Henry beautifully bowled once again, coming round the wicket, aiming for the stumps, bowling wicket to wicket. I am not too sure. Our statisticians will have to say to us, 19 for 9, if Guyana get bowled down, maybe 2021, is it going to be the lowest ever score in the history of regional women's cricket?
Well, we're not going to make 19. I think that's going to go all the way into the boundary for 4. That was a good-looking shot from Oliver Giddings. Slightly short, just outside the off stump. She was probably not getting into line, but hitting that one, timing it nicely. True cover, and was able to get 4. So that's 23. And it reminds me that Guyana was once bowled out for 41 by Jamaica. Now this is senior men's cricket by Jamaica in Jamaica, but they've come now in our backyard and trying to get the lowest regional score for women as well. I think there might have been lower scores though.
Oh, it's a big swing outside the line of the off stump there by Giddens, not making any contact. And you did not play in that match when Guyana got bowled out for 41 by Patrick Patterson.
Of course I did. Of course I did.
What was it terrifying, Clydie, facing Patrick Patterson on full throttle?
Of course it was. And I say this again. Patrick Patterson bowled quick. But he wasn't the one I personally was worried about. I was more worried about Courtney Walsh, who is now the coach of the female West Indies team, because he bowled such length, and not only length, I never could have picked him up the way his action was. He always seems to use his wrist a lot, and I never could have picked him up. So I wasn't really worried about Patrick Patterson. Yes, he was bowling quick and all of that, but it was easier to pick up.
Well, Courtney Walsh is with us here today. Courtney is one of the selectors, himself Travis Dowling.
I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure. Maybe
The head of-
coaches are selected as well,
Okay.
yes. But he's the head coach for the women's West Indies women's
Yes,
team.
and Brong is here as well.
She is the convener of that selection, and with Travis Dowling.
So it's good to see that you're having a look at the cricket here. Jamaica, they have devastated Guyana so far, 23 for the loss of 9. Guyana is the host, they are the visitor. Fluffiana Millington wrapped on the pad, and there you see Watts just holding it. If she had gotten that one, would have been a hat-trick.
I think that just bounced a little higher than she expected, because she was playing back. It was going on the back foot. It bounced a little and may have just bounced over the stump.
Wrapped on the pad, there's a shout for leg before she's gone. Fluffiana Millington, LBW Watts, and that's the close of the Guyana innings. They've been bowled out for 23, and we're in over number 12. Not a good performance, and certainly this is a wake-up call for the Guyanese girls.
Look at Watts when she bowled that delivery and started her appeal. Once she had turned to the umpire and appealed, she didn't bother to wait to see if he was going to raise his hands. She was absolutely positive that that was out. I think it hit her on the back foot as well. She was coming forward, hit her on the back foot, and probably was going to hit middle stump halfway up.
Yes, and you know, Clyde, when you look at the performance out in the middle, there's a huge question mark. What went wrong with the Guyana batting out in the middle? Yes, the Jamaicans have bowled well, Henry and Watts, but I thought this Guyana team is much more capable than the 23 we are seeing there.
Jamaica need 24 runs to win. I don't think Guyana batted well. I don't think there's any excuse for that. Yes, there might have been one or two good deliveries, and you're supposed to get wickets with good deliveries, but you're also supposed to defend your stumps. And that performance out there certainly does not tell a story about a Guyana team. I think they're much better than that, and they're much more capable of scoring bigger scores than that.
Yes, Clyde, I do agree with you. So the spin and pace of Watson Henry have devastated Guyana. 23 all out in 11.2 overs. That means that Jamaica need 24 runs in all of 38 overs. Or maybe John Ramsing will say to me that Chinel Henry had 6 overs, 3 maidens, 5 for 18. Vanessa Watts, 5.2 overs, 1 maiden, 5 for 5. Surely these figures must go down as one in the best of the history of regional women's cricket. So that's the situation from Providence. Jamaica will be looking for 24 runs for victory and might very well go along to meet Barbados in the finals. We'll take a break and we'll be right back. Once again, welcome to the National Stadium at Providence. The fielders, umpires, and the two batters are already out in the middle there. Kenisha Ferron, as well as that's Rashada Williams. They're opening the batting. Their target is 23 runs with all of 38 overs to get it after Guyana was bundled out for 23. So Rashada Williams will be taking her first delivery. Fluffiana Millington. The question is, can Guyana defend this 23 that's highly stocked against them? Unless we see a miracle that has never ever been seen on earth. So, Millington, with just a slip, begins her battle. Good looking on drive, and they started with a dot, but Clyde, you look up at the scoreboard and you see you just need 24 runs for victory. That makes it very, very easy.
Well, if you're a batting side, you're very happy. Only having to get 24. This is played nicely past extra cover and long and mid-off. It's gone into the boundary for 4. She was on the back foot. Didn't try and hit it too hard. Just placed it between the extra cover and mid-off. 4 runs. Good-looking shot.
Certainly, fine start here by Rashada Williams. Fluffiana Millington just short outside the line of the off stump, and she carefully played that shot. The placement and the timing were to perfection. So good start here by Jamaica in the batting department. This is going to be another boundary slapped through mid-off, and a short, bad delivery, and the Jamaicans are not going to miss out. As we watch this on the replay, Millington, where she pitched that ball outside the line of the off stump, there for the asking, and Rashada Williams will not miss out. So Jamaica, they're just not cantering here. They're hurrying to that target. They're 8 without loss.
They need some rest after working so hard this morning. This is pulled away. She's going to get a single. Well, they changed their mind, so Williams decides that she's going to win this game by herself. That should have been an easy single.
Well, it should have been an easy single. Yes, I do agree with you. And you look at that Guyanese scorecard. Mandy Mangru didn't score. Lashana Toussaint didn't score. Katana Mentor didn't score. Cherry Ann Fraser didn't score. Schultz didn't score. And I'll continue that long list. Smart didn't score. Millington didn't score. 7 Guyanese batters failed to trouble the scorers. That's a good delivery. Beaten outside the line of the off stump. The end of the first over, Jamaica required 16 runs to win their 8 without loss.
60 more to win. I want to know, what was that? 24 for victory. They've got 68 already in that first over. And I guess Jamaica will be thinking, well, let's try and knock this off as quickly as possible. Get out there, maybe get into the nets, have a few throwdowns, prepare for the finals on Saturday. And Guyana, I'm sure, would be thinking, well, if we can get 1 or 2 wickets, it wouldn't look so bad. We would have taken a couple of wickets. We have come out and show some fight. And I think that's important, that you still come out and show some fight. And now 23 runs, it's almost impossible to defend because the pitch is not a bad pitch. So when people do hear that score, they'll be thinking, well, it must have been a terrible pitch. But it certainly wasn't.
Not at all. Nothing is wrong with the pitch. Bad batting and some excellent bowling. So that's Tremaine Smart bowling from the top end.
And we spoke about Guyana making 41 in Jamaica, but we played the one-day game before, and the first ball Courtney Walsh bowled to Andrew Light. He played forward, and he was caught on the third man boundary with the third man backpedaling right to the edge of the boundary. That tells a different story.
Yes, of course it does. And now they're going to steal a single here. Ball pushed down towards mid-wicket. And that will take the score on to 9. And you mentioned the name Andrew Light. May his soul rest in peace. But that little Rasta, that was a firecracker, Clyde.
He was a warrior. You can say it how you like. He was a batsman who, from the time he got to the ground and finished his warm-up, his pads would be on. Once the toss was going to be spin, he ready to bat. He didn't care what the pitch looked like, how bad it looked, whether it green, dusty, or what. He was ready to bat. He was prepared to bat. And I think that is something that you probably don't see a lot of these days. Playing as a batsman, you're prepared to bat.
And it has to do with your mindset. In those days, so many West Indian cricketers, they were fearless. And Andrew Light was one of them. Just loved batting and to get out in the middle. Jamaica 10 without loss. We're over number 2. They required 14 more runs of 219 balls. Good feeling down at short mid-wicket.
Imagine somebody now coming off the road and touring and say, I'm going to look at some cricket. And they just hear you say, Jamaica needing 14 more to win. From how many? From 300 something balls. And
219
and they're
balls.
only on 10. They'll be thinking, what is that is going on in Guyana?
Good feeling to our own bowling there, Tremaine Smart. That ball was heading past the stump on the onside of the pitch. And this reminds me, Clyde, Guyana's, I think, was Lennox Blackmore in boxing, fighting Aaron Pryor. Rex Pereira was doing commentaries on that boxing match, and Matthew Allen was at the radio station. I'll tell you after this delivery. Here's a drive, a false shot, and they will get the single. One more run to the score. The over has been completed. 2 overs gone. Actually, Jamaica, they are 10 without loss.
Actually, that was a bye, signaled by the umpire. So just missed the bat. Keeper didn't collect cleanly, so they were able to get a single. I would love to hear that story.
Yes, so Matthew Allen, we were all glued on our radio. Those were not the days of television for us. It was radio. We glued a group in Myconi wanting to hear this boxing match. We were rooting for Lennox Blackmore. And then Matthew Allen came and said, we are standing by to join Rex Pereira and team. We waited for like about 2 minutes, and then we heard, sorry guys, we have not been able to make contact to bring you the commentary, but Lennox Blackmore has already been knocked out. Well, Guyana knocked out here today for 23. Nice wristy shot here by Ferron. She gets the single. And the score rotates. So this is good batting. They don't want to lose a wicket here. They are 12 without loss. And this has been a match where Jamaica has completely dominated the Guyanese. And Clyde, they will have to go back to the drawing board, the end of the road for Guyana. We so often talk about the drawing board. What do you draw from? What do you present? This is whipped into the onside. Misfeeling here by Gaj Nabi. It's coming close towards the boundary and will stop before it gets there. The return comes in from way out on the wide long on boundary. And the score will move on to 15.
Yeah, good batting again. Not looking to hit the ball too hard. Looking to go back and punch the ball on the onside and able to get, 3 runs was it? Yes.
Yes, it was 3. Good delivery here by Millington. Nicely tossed up. The sad thing is that the bowlers, they do not have anything really to bowl at. I just want to remind you that the score you're seeing for Guyana 23, this Guyana team has the ability to do far better than that. The question is, what went wrong? I've said it. Don't want to take anything away from Henry nor Watts, but it was a poor batting performance.
I agree with you. I agree with you that it was a poor batting performance. Yes, we agree. But we have to give some credit to Henry and Watts.
Of course, a lot of credit.
I think they bowled in good area, and we've been saying this all along, that Watts has bowled so well throughout the tournament. maybe her rewards in terms of wicket wasn't there, but she's always put the pressure on opposition teams. And I've bowled very tight throughout. And today she got her rewards. And things like that do happen in cricket. Once you be consistent with what you're doing, you're going to get your rewards sooner rather than later. And Henry has bowled well throughout the tournament as well. She's looked good. She always runs in earlier on in her spell. And she got her rewards today.
Yes, over number 4 has started by Tremaine Smart and Rashada Williams. She seems a very elegant player as well. She has looked good, Williams. She's on 12 from 10 deliveries, 2 spanking boundaries. Tremaine Smart had an excellent game against Trinidad and Tobago. In the air, the catch taken by Fraser, down at short extra cover. So some success here for Guyana. They have picked up a wicket. As we watch on the replay, that has gone a little bit static. But it was a fine catch by Fraser.
Yeah, and it was a good delivery as well from some Smart, looking to play across the line a little. I think it bounced a little more than she expected. Got the outer half of the bat, flew to cover, who had to jump and take a good catch. And certainly with Guyana maybe looking to get another couple of wickets, this could be, it could be good. You don't want to go out on a low. And taking 1 or 2 wickets might just give you that little inspiration. But certainly, like you said before, a lot Guyana has to think about. You said go back to the drawing board. I don't know what we're going to do at the drawing board, because this has been spoken about for years, and what we need to do about women's cricket in Guyana and so on. So, it may be the sport that we need to get things sorted out. Don't wait until it's inter-county or it's regional cricket. We need to have something going consistently for women cricket in Guyana.
I do agree with you. We need to just step it up more than whatever we are doing here at the moment. I mean, it's a good start. We had the inter-county tournament, the under-19, the senior, excellent start. But what happens now is that we must ensure that some program is put in place, and we have the right coaches with our girls as well. Because you want to ensure that the basic things are taught the right way. It's very difficult, more difficult to unlearn than to learn. We must always keep that in focus. Good delivery by Tremaine Smart, right into the block hole, and well played by Morgan.
Yeah, Jamaica obviously looking to give some of the girls some batting practice. Stephanie Taylor not coming out. We didn't see the opener either, so certainly McLean certainly giving these girls a chance to get some runs in the middle or get a little field time in the middle.
And I think that's a good strategy, Clyde, because they will definitely come up against Barbados in that final on Saturday. So they want to ensure that they expose more players out in the middle. That should be a thrilling encounter on Saturday.
It will be a good game. It will be a good game.
There's a drive. It beats the backward point. Head out towards the boundary, and that's going to be 4 more. Good-looking shot from Morgan, piercing the offside field, true point, and getting the boundary. Well, she went onto the back foot nicely and just opened up a little and got enough to get the boundary, 19 for 1.
Yes, and we've got to remember that there's a game on tomorrow as well. Leewards will be playing Windwards. I guess that could be a bragging match as well for the two teams. With Leewards, of course, not winning any game in the competition. Obviously, they would want to leave Guyana with a victory. So Windwards have won 1. I think they've won 1 in the T20, so they will want to say, well, we're not going to go down without a fight either. We want to win 2. So, and I guess it's a lot of individual pride as well, not only just for the team, but a lot of individuals want to look to impress and to ensure that they left their stamp. So when come next year, they'll be here and looking to improve on their cricket as well.
Yes, I agree with that. That should be mouth-watering, and I think both teams will go in up against each other very hard. Good fielding here by Gajnabi, running away from mid-on and diving and getting the ball into the arm and prevented any run. So that's good fielding, and it's good to see, despite you make 23, that you're still energetic in the field. Cut away, down through point, and heading close towards the boundary, will not reach there. The return comes in, and they'll get how many there? 3? 2 runs.
21 for 1. Just 3 runs needed for victory. Lots of time, lots of overs, lots of deliveries to come. She's coming forward this time, edging past for a slip. They're going to get a couple more runs. And they've tied the score.
Yes, the scores are tied, 23 apiece, so just 1 run needed here for Jamaica, and they will certainly have a huge victory against Guyana. If you have just joined the broadcast, yes, it's true, it's not All Fool's Day. Jamaica destroyed Guyana for 23, and Jamaica in reply, they are 23 for the loss of 1. Fluffiana Millington continues with her off spin, and she'll be bowling to Ferron. And Ferron is very careful here. She wants to preserve her wicket. Or will she want to end it in style? Might just be waiting on a bad delivery to go for the boundary in the air. And Gajnabi will take the catch down at mid-on. So the second wicket going down for Jamaica. Kenisha Ferron caught Gajnabi of the bowling of Millington. And when they just needed 1 run to win, like I was suggesting, she wanted to end it in style, came down the track, lost her head and lost her wicket as well.
Yeah, I think she was trying to finish the game in that over, looking to hit over the top of mid-on. Didn't get it as she would have liked. And she was out caught at mid-on.
Yes, and Millington here hands akimbo, knowing she has gotten a wicket, as the skipper for Jamaica, Stephanie Taylor, makes her way out in the middle. And no doubt there's a good feeling as she walks out there, knowing that she has led Jamaica well, led them to victory in the T20 Blaze, and is now leading them to victory against Guyana, and will be hoping that history can repeat itself when they clash against Barbados. They will want to get this CG United Super 50 Cup in their hands.
Who is going to win that final?
Well, in Guyana, they say Mariddle, Mariddle, Marie. I'm not too certain.
I think the teams are better than that, than Mariddle, Mariddle, Marie. Come on.
If I had money like John Ramsing, I would have been betting that.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to say it. That's going to be
I think it's going to be a good game. I honestly think it's going to be a good game. I think a lot would depend on whether Chadi Nation will play as well. Because I think that's a part of Jamaica's strength in terms of their batting. And with Barbados having a very good game yesterday and the batting coming along nicely, I think Jamaica would need to bat and bat good with all their players really coming to the shore. And again, Barbados cannot afford to bowl so many wides as they did yesterday if they're going to beat Jamaica in the finals.
And you're right about that. Well, on paper, Barbados has the better team of the two. There's no doubt about that. And I think they're on a good rhythm as well. Haley Matthews, the Knight sisters, they've been playing very well. Just look how they batted yesterday, taking that game away. Here's a drive, that's a vicious shot, back past the bowler, down to the boundary for 4, and the girls from Reggae Country has ended in style, defeating Guyana by 8 wickets to march on to the finals to reach Barbados on Saturday coming. Congratulations to the Jamaican, a huge victory against Guyana.
Certainly it's a huge victory. The last delivery was pitched up and was spanked back past the bowler for 4, but it's been a comprehensive victory. They've bowled well. Well, you can't really judge them by their batting and losing 2 wickets when you're chasing 23 runs. But certainly, they bowled pretty well. They catch pretty well when catches came along. But, and this is the thing, with Barbados on Friday, on Saturday, I think Hayley Matthews holds the key. Because she has, in my opinion, has been the outstanding player of both the T20 and the 50 overs. And if she has a good game on Saturday, Barbados could win.
Yes, and I think she's a very sensible cricketer. She understands the situation. She knows how much she is valued in the team. And like I said, she might very well play that role, anchoring the innings and scoring freely too. And the Knight sisters coming good for Barbados. That should be a keen contest. But here at the moment, as the girls make their way towards each other, trying to get their line going, there will be shake hands. The Guyanese will have to say, congratulations, Jamaica. Jamaica will be smiling and say, thank you.
I'm sure it's not only congratulations, congratulations, and good luck in the finals.
Yes, and you have called it so correctly. Well, that's the situation here. Guyana bundle out for 23, and Jamaica ending up on 27 for the loss of 2, winning by 8 wickets. And a combination of pace and spin from Henry, 5 for 18. Watts, 5 for 5, destroyed Guyana for 23. Great victory. Congratulations to Jamaica. They now will play Barbados in the final on Saturday. On behalf of the entire commentary team, John Ramsing, Clyde Butts, Matthew Kisoon. Let me remind you, tomorrow, the leewards and the windwards will clash for the 5th place playoff. It's goodbye from Providence.